My name is Qian Wang. I'm a doctoral candidate in the Sports Ethics Research Center of Charles University. I'm the author of the paper titled Bodily Movement in Video Game Practice, a phenomenological analysis of digital virtuality, published by the journal Body and Society. This paper is a philosophical inquiry. I built up my argument based on French philosopher Maurice Merleau-Ponty's philosophy of the body, mainly from his book Phenomenology of Perception. Merleau-Ponty's idea is firstly against the dualistic view of the body movements. The dualistic view tends to think that the body is an object and is moved by the thinking mind. Merleau-Ponty argues that we are not body and mind composition, but we are conscious body or body with consciousness. The human being is a body subject being in the world. So there are two key points to be taken here. One is that we are bodily beings, and the second, our being is being in the world. We are not separate from the world. So he also argues that there is a correlation between our bodily movement and the environment or situation we encounter. He distinguished two kinds of situations, concrete situations and imagined or projected situations, and accordingly, concrete movement and abstract movement. For example, there is a cup here. I just take it up and drink it without thinking how to do those movements. My movements are response to the situation that there is a cup here that can be picked up. And if there is no cup here, I can pretend to drink a tea. I can still do the movement I just did. By doing this, I imagined or projected a cup here to solicit my movements. Those are abstract movement. This distinction does not mean that human movement can be simply divided into the two categories, concrete or abstract, because they are intertwined in most human activities. Rather, it is show the bonding between movement and the situations can be either or both concrete or projected. So I applied this idea to the case of video game practice. I firstly analyzed the situation we are in when we play video games. The game part indeed is the most important part of gaming situation. But if we see it holistically, the situation we actually encounter in playing video games is structured by the game on the screen, the desk, and the devices on the desk, the chair, and the room we are in. But this situation is shaped by the on-screen virtual world where the game is, because we move mainly according to what's happening in the game. So I analyzed two features of the on-screen virtual world. First, it is a shareable apparent projection made by a third party, the game publishers and game designers. Second, it lacks spatiality and it exists in front of us like a wall instead of a word. Accordingly, the situation we are in while playing video games also has two features, flattened and projected. It is flattened by the insertion of the screen in the spatial sense. It is projected both on the primordial level and the apparent level. On the primordial level, the situation is projected in terms of players' practice, which can be understood in analogy to abstract movement I just mentioned. The players need to project motor meaning to the keyboard and mice and devices they are using according to the game setting. And on the apparent level, it is projected in terms of the video game itself as a designed product. So by this flattened and projected situation, I further argue that playing video games involves an abstract attitude with a constrained pattern of bodily movement and a limited potential for further movement development.